Good evening. My name is Robert Stark. I am a father of 4 children, 2 girls ages 4 and 2, and 2 twins that are 4 months old. One's a boy and one's a girl, so I have 3 daughters and 1 son. I've been married for almost 6 years to the same wonderful woman named Savannah, and we started a little late. I'm 40 years old. I live off-grid in Alaska on a little homestead here that we cultivate. I'm an author, a combat veteran, a community member, and someone who deals with anger and had an upbringing of violence and addiction. So I work every day to reduce the amount of violence and anger in my own life, in my own mind and heart. And I recently got off social media, as probably all of you know, because I don't think anybody's watching this who doesn't know me. And you probably think I'm kind of ridiculous for saying these things about myself. But since I got off social media, I've had a number of people reach out to me, and before I got off, telling me how powerful it was for them to see me on my journey of not yelling at my kids. My wife and I started this years ago. She was the first one to have no yell days when we had just 1 kid. And I was on no cussing days. It was 4 years ago. And it's progressed over those years. Over these years, we've both been totally sober from all forms of alcohol, drugs, tobacco, pharmaceuticals, all of the above besides caffeine and sugar, which my wife is currently clean from, and I'm kind of eating some sugar here and there, not gonna lie. Either way, I'm just laying the groundwork to let you know where we're at, and that this isn't something that came up out of nowhere. I've had a counselor now, the same one for 6 years. I had the same one before that for 3 years. I've been sober for 10 years. And I've been working on my emotional stability, on reducing the flame inside of me that gets sparked. And man, I can get mean and violent and abusive. I'm not abusing my children. I'm not laying my hands on anybody. But there is and has been just that fear. We all know what it's like. I mean, I grew up in a family that I got swatted, I got slapped, I got spanked with a hot paddle, big wooden handle, and I grew up knowing right from wrong based on if I did wrong, I would be whooped. I think a lot of us grew up like that. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But I really don't want my kids to do what I think is right because they're afraid of me getting mad at them. I want them to do what is right because they've seen their parents do it. They've seen the relationships it's cultivated. They've seen how powerful it is for kindness and gratitude and hard work and self-restraint. They've seen the abundance of wealth and resources and love come into their lives because of having parents that inhabit those traits and spread those traits into their communities and family. And they want that. They want to be looked up to in their community. My dream is my children want to be respected, valued for what's in their heart, what's in their mind, what's in their hands. And not just because they're afraid. So that's really where it comes from. I don't think that not yelling all the time is legit. There is a time for everything. As we all know, Ecclesiastes, it's quoted all the time. Time for everything. And so, yes, loss of life or limb, I'm going to yell. There's still times now where I mark it on the calendar every day. The days I don't yell. I mark it when I first wake up, so I see it throughout the day. Day 23. I'm on like day 24 right now. We're not talking about hundreds of days. Day 24 today. And so I see it every time I pass the refrigerator. Okay, I didn't yell today. It's another day. That's what I tell myself. It's another day. And as the chaos in my 680 square foot house with 2 crying babies, 2 toddlers screaming and playing, a tight hallway kitchen that really only one person can be in, a big old dog that's barely able to get up and he stinks, a younger dog that's just running rampant all over, and a cat that won't stop getting on the countertops and on the table, and we're planting and we're working and we're writing and we're trying to make money and we've got projects to do and some are so short, and it goes on day after day. When I start feeling that rising up as I wake up and I'm doing 3 hours of chores, I look at the calendar and I see today is day 24. I'm not going to yell today. I'm not yelling. And when I start feeling that coming up, oftentimes I'll step outside and I'll go do a chore outside. I'll go split wood. I'll go run the chainsaw. I'll go scratch the chickens. I'll go walk the fence line and look for any kinks in the wire. I'll go do so many different things. But I gotta get outside. I know I do. I'm one of those people who's just gotta go. From the moment I wake up, I gotta go. And so I know that about myself. My wife knows that about me. I'm so grateful. She recognizes the signs when I'm about to start going down that route of getting mad. And she'll pick up the slack. You know, hey, go outside. Go take a break. Hey, go do some work. And I'll go. And so I'm not going to make this much longer than that. I recognize the signs as they come up, so I don't yell. I get a good night's sleep. I go to bed at right around the same time every night, between 10 and 12, usually closer to 11 to 12, never later than 12. I wake up right about between 7:30 and 8:30 every day. I eat healthy. I exercise every day. I work hard with my hands and my body every day. Most days, not every day. I have good friends, only like 2 really good friends who I talk to a lot on the phone and in person. But I've got a handful of people I can count on who I trust and love. And I live in paradise. I've got privacy, I've got quiet, I've got nature, I've got all of these beautiful things that fill me up. And I've got God. I pray every day to my God. And when I'm outside throughout the day and I'm working, I don't neglect the fact that God created all of this, including myself, the trees, the grass, the lichen, not just the onions that I'm trying to grow, not just the berries I'm trying to grow, or the moose I'm trying to harvest. No, God created all of it. And I need to be grateful for God for creating these things. And I need to appreciate the gifts that God has given me. And so I take them and I just try to breathe them in. And I focus on my breath, on my gratitude, on the people I really look up to, the entities I really look up to, who I try to emulate. Then I look at my kids, who are generally the ones, sometimes my wife, we get into it, that I'm about to yell at. And I picture them when they're lying in bed in my arms, and how sweet and innocent they are, how they just want to be protected by me, their father, their husband, the leader of the family. And I choose not to yell. And I walk away. I walk away. But not every time. So remember, not every time. I still mess up. You'll still mess up. Forgive ourselves. Move forward. Apologize. Recognize what happened. And then don't repeat the mistake. And keep moving on. If this is a path you're on, is trying to be a better father, a better mother, a better family member, by not being angry at everybody, by living a more peaceful life, by emulating kindness and peace and love, then you can. You can. Find people to be like. Hang out with people that are positive and move forward. You can do it. Don't forget to subscribe to get more of these videos. Click the little bell to be notified when new ones are made. And my wife just texted me. I think my kids are awake, so I got to go help out. You take care. And remember, you don't have to resort to violence and anger to be a man or a parent. You don't.